Hello everyone, Daniel Yuck here. Thank you all for tuning in today. I appreciate you. Today we're going to dive into an in-depth review. We're going to take an up-close look at this tattoo skin right here from a company called Trueskin. We're going to go ahead and look at this fake skin up close. We're going to test out the performance. We're going to see how it cleans up, how it accepts ink, everything in between. Should you have any questions at any point throughout this video, I'm going to highly encourage you to drop a comment down below. I will do my absolute best to assist you in the best possible direction. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive straight on into this. Okay, so where I would like to begin is with showing you all the packaging up close, and then we can take a close-up look at the actual skin itself. But one thing that I want to say is throughout my time of investing into fake skins, this has got to be the best packaging that I have seen. This is probably the most memorable packaging that I have seen and my personal favorite. Allow me to bring it up close here to show you all. So you can see their attention to detail with the graphics. It's really, really nice. And if you look up close, it gives you a little window right here to see the texture of the actual fake skin. Allow me to see if I can zoom in here. So you can see that's actually the fake skin right there. We will take a closer look at that here shortly. Let me show you the packaging up close. Feel free to pause so you can read this on your end should you choose to do so. We're going to go over the details right now. I am just simply showing you all the packaging up close. And again, feel free to pause. We are going to get into this when we apply the stencil here in this video as well. So right here in the front, the product claims that it is 8.5 by 11. It's super thick, double-sided texture front, matte back, premium look and feel, easy wiping. So personally, those are some of the things that I look for when I'm getting fake skins. I look for, most importantly, if it's easy to clean up, because for me, I don't really see the point in tattooing a fake skin if I can't present it in a portfolio somehow with it nice and clean after the tattoo has been done on the fake skin. So for me, I'm always looking for cleanliness, how it wipes up, how the ink sticks, and then how it cleans. That's one of the most important factors to me. I also like to consider now how thick the skin is. When I first started, I didn't like thicker skins, double-sided skins, but as I'm growing and I know where the needle is supposed to go when I'm inputting the ink, I'm more comfortable with using double-sided fake skins now. To each their own. So not only do I look for easy wiping upon my fake skins, I also look for if the skin is able to shade, if we're able to shade on it, if we're able to do dot work, how the skin accepts the ink. I'm looking for all of these variables, and we are going to test them all out here in this video. So by the end of this video, you will know what to expect on your end. I will leave links in the description below for you so you can check these out on your end as well. And there we go. So I do feel like we covered the packaging here. What I would like to do now is get into the actual fake skin. So I'm just going to get some scissors and I'm going to simply cut across the top right here. So that way I can take it out. Or you can pull up the tab right here, to each their own. For me, I guess we'll just take the tab approach here. So opening up the fake skin right here. This is the sheet. Now, me personally, I am a fan of bigger size fake skins. I personally enjoy having skins that are larger of such, just because I like to do bigger tattoos. Again, that's going to vary from person to person, but as you can see though, this is a nice size sheet of fake skin right here. It's almost the size of both of my hands on here. Trying to give you a good idea. And again, it is 8.5 by 11. That is what we are working with right here. Allow me to show you the thickness, and I will show you the texture up close. So this is the thickness of the fake skin. Let me zoom in here for you all. So this is the thickness. And this is the back side, the matte side. I'll bring a light over here so you can see the texture. And then this is the textured side over here. So you can see the texture right there. So all in all, first impressions of holding this fake skin in my hand and looking at it with you all, I do feel like this is a good quality skin. From my experience, I can typically tell when skins are going to work well with me and when they're not. For me, I do feel like this one's going to be true to what it states. I do feel like this one's going to be easy to clean up. I also feel like this one may accept shading and color well. We are going to get there. What I would like to do now is jump on over into applying a tattoo stencil. Let's go ahead and get on into that. So let's take a look at the instructions here for applying a stencil to this fake skin right here. So it says stencil application, and again, for those who want to kind of read this on their own and do this on their own, feel free to pause on your end. Number one, apply a thin layer of stencil solution or deodorant onto the work area. Wipe off excess with a tissue or paper towel. You will get better results with a thinner layer. Or fold a paper towel into 4 layers, soak with rubbing alcohol, rub deodorant over the alcohol, rub paper towel on the work area. So those are ways that you can approach it, to each their own. For me, I'm going to be using stencil stuff. For those who have been with my channel would know that I use the stencil stuff for fake skin only. I do not use this on human skin. I use stencil stuff for human skin. So moving front, it says gently place your stencil, apply pressure throughout your design. Be careful not to move the stencil. 3, if you're unhappy with the stencil, apply petroleum jelly all over and wipe off with several sheets of clean paper towels. So the idea is very, very straightforward. It's actually pretty much the way that we've been doing it on this channel, and a lot of other people probably do it the same way. So what I am going to do is, I'm not going to focus on this area so much, as I wanted to read the instructions with you all on how they recommend to apply the stencils there, for those who are curious on that. Right here is more so instructions. I guess I don't see why we can't touch base on this. Right here it says petroleum jelly is key. Petroleum jelly, also known as Vaseline, is vital for a clean tattooing experience, which I fully agree with. For me, Vaseline is for fake skin. When I'm using on human skin, I use Inky's products. I do have reviews on those as well. It says after wiping, reapply petroleum jelly if you need to tattoo that area again. So that's again straightforward. And for this area, it says after the tattoo. This right here I rarely ever see. This is actually very useful to me as well. I am going to try this as well. It says to remove any leftover stencils, soak an old cloth or towel in bleach and lay it on top of your design for an hour or more. The stencil should wipe away. Repeat the steps for stubborn stencil marks. A lot of my old stencils that I have from like when I first started do have those stubborn marks. So I will make another video and test this out as well. This tip right here. That is actually greatly appreciated. It says here, tattooing silicone takes longer than on human skin. You can try to compensate with a slower hand speed and a higher machine speed. Find what works best for you. That's actually very good as well, because silicone, for me, in my experience, is a lot tougher to tattoo than human skin. Human skin is more accepting to the needle tip and the pigment that we're inputting. Fake skin is, fake skin. However, I'm very, very excited to test this one out. What I would like to do is get into actually applying the stencil. And for this right here, we're going to use this custom mandala that I created. So it's a pretty nice size tattoo right here. And you can see that there's still a lot of space right here left around on the fake skin, which is great for tattoos at a later time. Or you can just simply do this one tattoo and have this a part of your portfolio, which is also a great way to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin like I would with any other fake skin, and I'm going to apply a very generous layer of speed stick onto the Trueskin Fake Skin right here. And we are using the texture side. Also, I'm not sure if I've shown you all this, but Trueskin does stamp the skin right here with their logo, as you can see. Let's go ahead and continue. Okay, perfect. So now that we got a good adequate layer, I do feel like that's a great amount. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these instructions. I'm going to kind of use what works best for me. I'm going to be using a Scotch Shop wipe. I'm actually going to fold this up to make a little brush here, like so. And then I'm going to begin removing any excess that would later on blur or bleed the stencil. And for this process, I like to use light, so that way I can get a good idea of how much of the speed stick is actually on the fake skin. If we put too little, the stencil may not transfer, or a little, it'll be choppy, bits and pieces will transfer, other parts won't. If we put too much, the stencil may bleed as soon as we pick it up, or over time as it dries, the stencil may bulge out a little bit, blurring all of the details. So you want to make sure that we get a nice amount right where it needs to be. And this is my first time ever applying a stencil to Trueskin with you all, so we're gonna find out how this goes together here. So I do feel like we're in a good spot now. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to proceed to apply my stencil here. So you can see the stencil is there. I'm taking a look at it to see if I can press down a little bit more. Notice how I just picked up the stencil quite a bit and I just let it go and fold back into place. I should still get a smooth, clean stencil press. There shouldn't be any blurs. Everything should still be nice and straight and aligned. And I'm just being real mindful because this is a bigger tattoo and I want everything to come out as clean as possible. Okay, so now I'm gonna pick this up. And that's what we are working with. Before I allow it to dry, I'm gonna grab another clean Scotch shop wipe, place it over gently. And then I'm going to press down one last time. What I want to do is I want to remove excess stencil and speed stick so that way the stencil doesn't bleed and the details stay true to the actual stencil here. When you're doing this, don't rub it like that. What I'm doing is I'm simply pressing down and that is it. I'm applying pressure and that's it. As you can see, there was a lot of excess stencil and speed stick. The skin is looking a lot drier now that I'm doing that, so I can go ahead and repeat that process. I'm going to do this one more time with another clean Scotch shop wipe. Lay it down like so. So there you see there's still a little bit excess there. So you can repeat this process until you are happy on your end. What we're going to do now is we're going to allow this stencil right here to dry on the Trueskin for about 4 to 8 hours, maybe 12. So we will be back here shortly and I'll go ahead and tell you all how long it's been drying and then we can go ahead and tattoo it from there. Here is the stencil up close for you all, for those who are curious. This is what the stencil looks like up close. As you can see, it's really embedded there into the textures and it really stuck there overall. It's a really nice stencil. It came out great, as you see right here. So the details are definitely captured. We will be back here in about, again, 8 to 12 hours, somewhere around there, to see how the stencil dries up so that way we can start tattooing it. So the stencil has now been resting on the Trueskin Fake Skin for about 12 hours and some change. What I would like to do now is grab a little bit of ink ease and wipe away at the bottom right here in this area to see how well the stencil has stuck to the Trueskin. So here I have some Ink Ease green ointment and I'm going to apply a little bit to the bottom right here. Just in case it didn't stick, I don't want to remove too much of the stencil so that way we can still tattoo it. And what I would like to do now is wipe away the bottom to see how well the stencil is going to stick. So you can see right here we got a faint version of the stencil, which is great. So it does wipe away, but if you look, the skin is still stained with the stencil here. So we can go ahead and get ointment, put it all over the entire stencil, and wipe it away to make a lighter stencil should we need to do that. But my point is, the stencil did stick to the Trueskin right here. So where we are at now is we are at the point to tattoo this skin right here. So what I would like to do is I would like to switch on over to a different angle, begin tattooing this Trueskin, and then I can come back and give you all some of my final opinions and insight on this fake skin for you all. Just to confirm, as you see right here, if I wipe and I wipe and I wipe, the stencil will not come off. So when I'm using fake skins, this is what I am looking for. This is what I want right here. Sometimes my stencils will dry too dark, and that dark stubborn stencil is going to show up through the final results. That's what we don't want. So for this is great. I can go ahead and simply get inkies and take down the tone a little bit if I want. But I just wanted to demonstrate that the stencil did stick to the fake skin. It's not going anywhere. We are now ready to tattoo. So allow me to close out the video and relay some of my final opinions and some insight as to how I feel about the Trueskin Fake Tattoo Skin. Now from me to you, I do feel like this is a good quality skin, especially if you're looking for a good high quality skin on a budget. Now I will leave links for you in the description below so you can check this out on your end. Now for multiple reasons I would recommend this skin, and allow me to list a few. Now off the top, this skin is a good quality skin. Not only does it provide us with an adequate amount of space, as you can see we can do both sides. So if I turn the skin over here, there is nothing showing on this side right here, so none of the tattoo on the other side came up, which means that I can get a completely new stencil, place it on the other side, and tattoo all over again. Now it is accepting to multiple configurations. As you can see, this was done with multiple size needles. Not only that, it is great for accepting of dot work and shading. I am going to be getting into color in another video, so be sure to stick around for that as well. Hit that subscribe button for me. So all in all, this is a great budget friendly high quality tattoo skin right here. Now if you have any questions about anything specific that I may not have touched base on or that you may have saw throughout this video, I'm going to highly encourage you to drop a comment down below. I will do my absolute best to assist you in the best possible direction. I also have social medias all under the same name as this YouTube channel. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I would truly appreciate the support on there. Yet again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me and ring that bell, as I will be bringing more videos like this for you all. Thank you for tuning in yet again. You have a great day.